Hey, 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 this is Amanda Elo'esh, and I'm here with this week's Goddess Diary. And this month we are connecting with the archetype of the Muse, and she's about fun and spontaneity and playfulness. And what I'm also doing is weaving in a little bit of Kali. So every month I teach the Living Wisdom School, which is Sacred Feminine Archetypes, 13 different ones. I do one each month in the Living Wisdom School, and I like to cater my newsletters around the Living Wisdom School, but I also do a weekly phone call that's based in the 13 archetypes as well, and they cycle through every week, one each week, and then so I complete in a season, and I do a Human Spirit radio show where I do the archetypes, and I'm actually going to be starting up a whole new round of the Living Wisdom School in fall. So I'll have 2 circles going at once with starting, different archetypes going on. And a friend of mine recently asked me, isn't that like intense? Isn't that confusing? Isn't it hard to hold space for all of those different archetypes? And it didn't really take me long to think about it. I love it. And in some ways it kind of feels a little bit like the Mayan calendar. I know it's not at all mathematically similar to it, but the Mayan calendar has different frequencies that cycle through like gears in a big cog. And so it weaves in, the day lords and the day tones, and they overlap and weave together in interesting ways and create new dynamics. And for me, the overlapping and weaving in of these different archetypes, even though it might seem like they're kind of odd and they don't really go together, they weave in really well, and they kind of help me expand my perspective on these archetypes. And so this week in WISE, Women Igniting Soulful Evolution, my weekly telephone call that I do with my dear friend Karani Marie Lamonaco, I'll be connecting with the archetype of Kali. And so I was thinking, well, how do these 2 archetypes, how do they overlap, or how do they go together? And it's really interesting. Kali, the creator, preserver, destroyer archetype, comes before the Muse, and it's a preparation for the Muse. And the interesting thing is, when I've done the Muse circles, historically, just without any variation whatsoever, the Muse is always the toughest one and brings up the most intense shadow for people. And as I've looked at it, I think it's because when we drop into a place of vulnerability, like that childhood innocence, which we connect with through the Muse, we open up, we expand, we get light, and that spontaneity brings a lack of censorship, and that lack of censorship brings a sense of vulnerability. And it's easy for us to get hurt. Also, the medicine of laughter is so necessary, but it walks the edge of one of the most painful experiences we can have, which is being made fun of. And Kali, is all about destroying the ego, and so destroying illusions, which the Muse definitely can set us up for and help us with. And it's interesting because if we're consciously working with Kali, we expect those things. But the Muse, wow, she just kind of hits us upside the head from behind, and it can be a surprise. It can be very painful. So I've shared a little bit about that on my latest blog, and I invite you to tune in there. If you're not on my website, get on over there and check it out. It's amandaeloesh.com. And if you're not getting my weekly video blogs sent to your inbox every week automatically for free, then sign up for them. And you'll also get my free spiritual composting kit, and you'll also have access to other goodies, free things, invitations to events that you won't find anywhere else. So I hope that was helpful and fun. Enjoy the Muse. See if you can weave her in with other archetypes, especially Kali. And until next week, may the Goddess Hybrid be with you.